wonderful to be here, and it's an emotional time to be together with so many people. So today, my theme is the Spiritist consciousness, past for inner reflection, and in many ways, this has been dealt with already quite in the talks that have been before. So, what is Spiritist consciousness? Is it learning all the books? Is it studying all the books? This is very, very important, of course. Without the knowledge that comes through the study of the books, we wouldn't know very much, but it's very important. But this is only a part of what Spiritism is, and what one who can call oneself a Spiritist, what he needs to be. So this is very much a personal way of feeling, my own feelings, my own interpretation. But to me, to be a Spiritist, besides the learning from the book, and I think they've been calling about the charity and everything, that's a very important part as well. And to achieve all this, we need to understand what it is. So to be conscious of being a Spiritist is much more than just having a feeling that we like what it is. It's much more than an emotion, but it's a way of being. It's to have a moral compass that guides our lives every single day, every thought, every action we have. We are guided by this moral compass that Spiritism gives us. It's also a certainty, absolute certainty, that we are never alone, that we are never abandoned, and how much it doesn't matter how lonely sometimes we may feel. Even, having all the knowledge about Spiritism, sometimes we can also feel lonely and lost, like anybody else. We go through the same experiences. But also we have the certainty that we are never alone, that every thought, every need we have, God is with us and He knows it. Also, it's with this knowledge, this consciousness of Spiritism, is to understand that we have what we have asked for and what we need. And I can understand that even for me, sometimes it's hard to understand. It's that we have actually asked for it, especially the difficult times that we may have. We ask for all these things, and it's very, very difficult to understand that we ask for something that we feel that is very hard to bear. That is, sometimes things get so hard, so difficult that we feel we cannot cope. And I think that at the very, very difficult times is when all that knowledge, all that feeling and emotion and the way of life that we have in Spiritism kicks in, becomes, it's like a light in the darkness. In the deepest, deepest darkness is a flame, a small flame of inspiration that will take out of that moment of despair, that will give us hope that things will be all right, things will change, no matter how hard this can be sometimes. And this little flame that comes, how this flame comes to be, it's sometimes in the middle of a very sad or very unhappy time or difficult times. It's a friend. It's a phone call from a friend saying, "Oh, I've been thinking about you. How are you today? Because I've been thinking about you." Or someone does a kind things to us, or a kind word, a kind gesture. That's how the flame comes. It doesn't fall from the sky, it comes from the people that we know. And it's that instant, that it's renew, it's the instant of renew, it's the instant that we found help. And it's like coming from the abyss into the land that we are standing on ground that are solid. And also, it's a knowing, to be conscious of it, is that it's a knowing that everything we do, good or bad, will come to us, will be returned to us. And this moral compact is what shows us what we need to be to ourselves and to others, because we learn that what we want for ourselves, others also want for themselves. So this is something that it's so easy to just see my point of view, but seeing that other people have the same need. So if we wanted to be respected, if we wanted to be valued, if we wanted to be appreciated, we needed to do it first. We needed to value other people. We needed to appreciate and see their point of view. And this is sometimes takes quite a bit of us. In question 621 of the Spirit's book, Kardec, who talked about him already, everybody knows by now, but he was the person who codified the Spiritist doctrine, that wonderful person. He asked the Spirit, where are the laws of God written? And the answer from the Spirit is one word: in the conscience. So this means that no matter who we are, rich, poor, religions, non-religious, non-believers, if we have a very high standing in society, if we're very low in society, if whatever race we are, whatever we like or dislike, we all have within ourselves this moral compass, and it's our own conscience. And also, I think one thing that is very important is that this compass that guides us, that will lead us into a better life, it's there so we know that whatever we do is for ourselves, will come back to us. And sometimes will take us a very long time to come back to the right path, or to see what it will come to us. And I think this as well helps us, that when we are hurt, when someone is unkind or does something to us that we feel hurt, especially if it's something that is unfair, the first thing that it comes up on us is a kind of anger or a desire to tell the person that how we feel about them as well, lashing out and giving back as much as we can get, as much as we're getting. And this, with this knowledge, with this consciousness of the learning of the Spiritism, we stop. It stops us. We will not answer back. We have time for ourselves to breathe, to be calm for a while, to lift our thoughts to God, or to ask for guidance and help, and to maybe see the other side, and it gives us a sense of, almost not pity, but a kind of mercy, I think, that comes over. Because if we stop to think, well, this is, whatever it is their problem, it's not mine. I don't have to accept anything that is unpleasant or unkind or unfair from anyone. That's them. We do what we need to do. I'm going to be kind in reply. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to say a prayer for that person. And this, whatever it creates, this chemical or this chemistry within one that is completely clear, or the anger, or the resentment, or even the despair sometimes, because we can let go of that thing. It doesn't belong to us. What is important is how we are, how kind we are, how difficult we are. And this is a very, very important point. And I think reminding ourselves, because, like Altino was talking a lot about the Gospels, and thinking about the Gospels and the teachings of Jesus he says, we will not reach heaven until we pay the last party. And in many things, this gives to understand that we are going to be punished, we are going to be sent to damnation and never be able to redemption. And we learn in Spiritism that that's not so. We are not judged by anyone. God does not punish us, doesn't send us to eternal damnation. We ourselves are our own judges, and our conscience can be a lot harder than anything that we can imagine, any hellish places that we can imagine, because our conscience will lead us to some places because it will punish ourselves. God does not punish anyone. And this sometimes can take a long, long time, but we will have to answer to whatever we've done in our lives. Be it good, charitable things, or most especially the difficult things, the times that we are not so good, that we're cruel. Everything we will have to answer for. And that's learning about this as well, that we have to answer for what we've done. Will make us more charitable, more understanding, because we know that if someone is doing something that's a terrible thing, they will have to answer for it. And that day, when they be aware of what is done, they will feel very, very unhappy and very sad. And like if it is we doing it, one day will come that we'll have to answer for. And that will be a very painful time. This will make us understand people more and have some pity and mercy. Always, I'm reminded of that part in Shakespeare about Portia when she says the quality of mercy. It blesses him who gives and then who receives. And I think this is such a beautiful phrasing. It's so beautiful because if we are able to let go of our anger, of the resentment, whatever it is, we can overcome this and we can be merciful. And as Jesus said, blessed are the merciful, because they will obtain mercy. So this is something that we learn, and it's not easy thing to learn. It's not easy at all, because our pride is always in the way. We feel ourselves that why should I be always the one who am forgiving? Why should I always be the one who understands? And sometimes we question ourselves, but because we know better, because we know something, we know what it is, we know the difference, and to those who much is given, much will be required from. And I think that's one of the things. And I feel personally that to be a spiritist and to really have this consciousness of being a spiritist is not easy. It's very, very difficult. Spiritism demands a lot from us. It really asks everything we have. It asks all our pride, all selfishness, all meanness, all the difficult things that we have. And it demands it. It really asks us for it. And in return, for letting go of what is asking of us to give, it gives us inner peace. It gives us a sense of achievement. It gives us a loving kindness that we are part of everyone, that everyone is part of us. And then also, it doesn't criticize, it doesn't say that someone doesn't need redemption, because we all do. Because as Jesus said, God does hate the sin, but not the sinner. So I think for me personally, what I have learned in Spiritism is that we need to learn to forgive. We need to learn to be, try to achieve to be a little better every day, because we are children of God who loves us, who is with us, and we are part not only of our own families, but with the whole world. And the theme of this talk today, of this seminar today, is a wonderful world. And we live in a wonderful world. We live in the most beautiful planet, lovely and blue and white, and we share this with others, with humanity, with animals, with the environment, and we need to learn to protect it and to have a loving feeling towards everything, which makes us better person, better friends, better neighbors, and we help our planet and we help ourselves, and it's just this wonderful feeling. And most importantly is to have inner peace, because it has no price. To be able to just lie on the bed, you put your head on a pillow and know that you had a good day, there's no price for that. So that's my message for today, and thank you very much, and God bless you, each and every one of you. Thank you.